Formula One, and everywhere but America's sport until Netflix turned it into a soap opera, is getting ready for the 2026 era with the preseason shakedown testing in Barcelona. Teams are revealing liveries, some are adding HP logos, and Drive to Survive fans are using that to determine which car will be the fastest. Red means zoom, my little babies. I promise you it'll be Ferrari this year, I promise. For those new to the sport, 2026 brings the most significant regulation changes Formula One has seen since 2014. Major changes include smaller and lighter cars, a rough 50-50 split between internal combustion engine and electric power, 100% sustainable fuel, and active aero. And for all the Gen Alpha watching, 2014 is when the Apple Watch was first announced, and just like Gen Alpha, there is a new kid on the grid, with a lot of talk and absolutely nothing to back it up yet. Audi. A brand new Formula One team, a clean slate, a blank canvas, the freedom to do literally anything, has revealed its livery, and with all that creative freedom, they went the extremely original, never before seen color scheme that definitely does not remind me of any specific cell phone provider partnering with a specific car manufacturer. A color scheme so original that Lewis Hamilton might end up in their pit box. Anyway, the livery itself isn't the story. The story is the confidence. Audi isn't just buying engines. They're building their own power units in-house, which means if this goes wrong, there's nobody to blame. No engine supplier, no excuses, just Audi. And they've already said the quiet part out loud. Audi announced that they are expected to be a championship contending team by 2030, which is ambitious because the last time a German manufacturer associated with Sauber confidently said they were going to win championships, they didn't. Now, I'm not saying Audi is BMW, but with big statements come big expectations. And if Audi even lives up to half of what they're promising, that's good for Formula One, because nobody hates a genuinely capable competitor on the grid. And honestly, I support it. It's giving Delulu is the Salulu. Which brings me on to my next team, where this isn't just a phrase, it's an ownership philosophy. Aston Martin, the team that'll do everything except address the one thing that needs changing. And no, it's not the 44-year-old. Aston Martin have been the damsel in distress for quite a while now. And in 2026, this damsel has found a knight who was already in a relationship, a beautiful relationship. But just like Christian Horner, it wasn't satisfied in it. Honda. Now, let's talk about what this deal actually is. Starting in 2026, Honda becomes the exclusive power unit supplier for Aston Martin. One team, one engine, full factory backing. Honda designs it, Honda builds it, Honda owns it. There's no customer teams, there's no data sharing, there's no, we'll help you, but not too much. This is a proper partnership. And then there's the part that nobody should ignore. Newey. Aston Martin didn't just secure an exclusive factory engine, they aligned it with the most influential designer in the modern F1 era. They're finally building a team that expects to win, and now Aston Martin have two of the three ingredients that brought Red Bull its championships. Honda, Newey, and some people might even argue a better driver than Verstappen. Obviously, Daddy Stroll is dumping a lot of money into this, and honestly, I'm just hoping it finally gives Alonso the car he deserves, because that man is fully capable of schooling these kids, even while driving that dump truck back in 2025, which brings me on to dumping. Because while Aston Martin found a knight, there is a baddie that got dumped by Honda. Red Bull. And just like any messy breakup, Red Bull says they're working on themselves. Red Bull's saying, I don't need no man. They've got RBPT, which is Red Bull Powertrains. That's Red Bull's in-house power unit manufacturing program, which is a huge shift because historically, Red Bull has always relied on someone for engines. Cosworth, Ferrari, Renault, Honda, but 2026 is the first time they're doing this on their own. Except they need a man, an American frat boy of a man. Ford. Now, let's be clear, Ford is not Honda. Honda was the engine, Honda was the architect, Honda was in charge. Ford is helping with software, electrification, the manufacturing know-how, and not just showing up with a finished championship-winning power unit or anything. This isn't Red Bull suddenly becoming an engine manufacturer overnight, because let's be honest, these guys don't even make their own energy drinks. So of course they're going to need Ford for RBPT. This isn't Red Bull going solo. This is Red Bull saying, we're independent, but can you help me shovel the snow, though? But regardless of the setup, we as fans can expect Red Bull to do Red Bull things, which is keep us on our toes, just like last season. And know that if Red Bull and Ford end up outperforming Honda and Aston Martin, Red Bull wouldn't have just moved on. They would have won the breakup. And for Drive to Survive fans, that's the real championship.